Mattress Money Mafia.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Fast Guard News. I'm Dwight.
I'm Rod.
And today we want to talk about...
I didn't know we were doing first names. Go ahead.
Today we want to talk to you about reputation. How important is it as a company for you to protect your reputation? Because nowadays you can make a mistake as a company and hopefully you correct the mistake, or you cannot make a mistake as a company and someone can just feel like trashing you because they have a friend that's a competitor of yours and they feel they want to help their friend, so they go online and
try to down you.
And sometimes you have recourse, sometimes you don't. Sometimes you just have to kind of figure out a way to work around that. So, like, how do you protect your reputation as a company on the internet?
Well, Google, Trustpilot, it's a bunch of them. Yahoo, they all got ratings, right? Mm-hmm. And I just want to go on record here and say that it's nobody's fault that one of your employees stuck their private part into somebody's coffee. That's nobody's fault. Mm-hmm. Nobody can plan for that. Like, let's be for real.
Right.
The music came on and one of your security guards took off their clothes and started raving. That's nobody's fault. You can't plan for that. But I see it all the time on the internet. I see the guy at the Rick Ross concert doing the electric slide. Mm-hmm. You can't plan for that. So, yeah, that's a blemish on the company because maybe you should have had people that were a little bit more vetted and a little bit more specified for the job out there. Mm-hmm. But reputation is everything. We're in a day and age where people look at reviews and won't even go shop there. It could be the best burger in the nation because one asshole got on there and said, this burger sucks.
Right.
Some people just, this guy, user 718 said they don't even care about the validity of the actual complaint. So reputation is everything. So, as we think about reputation from a security guard standpoint or from, our little corner of the internet, you look at what just happened, right? You look at California and Hollywood, Florida. Mm-hmm. Two completely different sides of the United States. Mm-hmm. California, 11 shot, 12 shot, 4 dead at a 2-year-old's party at an event hall, which happens to be right in our verticals. We deal with a lot of event halls, a lot of weddings, a lot of funerals, a lot of.
Did they have security on site?
Apparently not. We're only able to report on what we see. Mm-hmm. What I've seen is there was a large police presence at that particular location. They said the shooters pulled up, and nobody's been able to identify the shooters. Police are saying that there may be more to it. This wasn't just a random thing, but it looked random. Like, basically guys pulled up, started dumping, and ran off. 4 people died, a 20-year-old, a 21-year-old, I think an 8-year-old, a 9-year-old, and a 14-year-old. Mm-hmm.
Was it gang-related? Do we know?
That's what we don't know. Cali is Cali. But at the same token, it's a 2-year-old's birthday party. Mm-hmm. So, apparently there are no rules in the streets. The streets are wild, wild west. Mm-hmm. Again, this is like the 80s all over again. You don't remember Reaganomics and the crack era. Uh-huh. And what happened with that and what happened with a lot of businesses is kind of what's happening now. People have you've seen the smash and grabs, like people running in, smash and grab. So when they show your jewelry store on the news, I wouldn't go there with my family if that's happened at your location. I don't care if you have 5 armed guards in there. Mm-hmm. If that occurred at your location, chances are it could happen again. This is not lightning, so it could strike twice.
Right.
And I wouldn't want to take my family in an environment that could be unsure. So think about what a blemish that is. That might be the only time they've been robbed in the history of that business. And now that's the blemish. That's the mask they got to wear because social media says so, because Yelp said that, your pizza was trash. Nobody's gonna come and could kill your business. And I think that that's just wrong. I think that all business owners would agree that sometimes you give people voices that are psychopaths. We've had situations where people were let go from a job for not doing the job, like sleeping or showing up late. And then they get on the internet and blast us and continue blasting us to the point where we got to beg for mercy to Google. And it's like, it shouldn't be that. There should be a much quicker process. But for now, when things happen, especially when they make national news, I heard about the thing in Stockton here in Miami, here in Hollywood. So it's not uncharacteristic to think that things could happen and it could affect your nationwide image. Right. It could affect your whole footprint. When somebody gets caught saying the N-word at Walmart and they're like CEO level or director level, it affects the cost of the stock at the company, because people might look at that and say, you know what, maybe that's what they all think, and we're going to pull out our money. Or that's what they all think, and the stock starts plummeting because of public opinion. So the outer shell of any business is the reviews that you receive. I've seen some people have 5,000 5-star reviews. Usually those people are washing cars or selling food. If you're running a business that deals with people, things are gonna happen. But how bad do you want your business to fail because somebody came there shooting? Like, this event hall is probably toast, and it may not be their fault. Obviously, people run up shooting. Whose fault is that? Whose fault is it that an employee spit in somebody's coffee?
Right.
These are human being free will type situations. So it sucks that happened there. What they could have did to try to prevent this is have security. We talk about it all the time. There are many instances where people just feel that they don't need security. It's a 2-year-old's birthday party. But the reality is, from the owner's standpoint of that event hall, if that shooting happens and security was there, security's going to get sued first. We take a large amount of that liability. We take the knockout blow. Then you're going to get sued for owning the location. They might be trying to lien you if they weren't satisfied with what they got from our insurance policy. 4 people died, a baby, and a 21-year-old baby. So people are pissed off. And as soon as they get done being pissed off, they're going to sue somebody. And so, that's the course of things. You're going to get sued. You seen what happened at the Travis Scott concert. $1 billion lawsuit. Still going on. And that was, I think, 8 people that died. This is 4 people. And all of them were children. It's unfortunate, to say the least.
There was another incident in Hollywood, Florida, where there was a shooting as well. So what about the reputation for that restaurant? Is that something they could have better controlled? Is that
I think
it's not my fault situation?
From what I heard and what I read on the internet, that situation started maybe outside the club, followed itself into the club. They said that they heard shots go off inside the club. One person was taken away in the ambulance. So let's get down to the meat and potatoes of this whole deal. You are in a situation where you're supposed to be in a controlled environment. When I go into the club and somebody pats me down, I hope that everybody had the same level of pat down, because I don't want to be in there naked. 9 times out of 10, I'm in there with my wife, and I don't want to be embarrassed. Imagine if you're in there and you think that you're in a fair environment where, we all just there to chill, and then somebody comes up and waves a gun at you. Hey, I got this. Tell your wife to come over and give me a kiss now. What are you gonna do? What's gonna be your reaction as an adult, as a human being?
I can't keep calling. So, with the shooting that took place, is the restaurant at fault? Or it's a restaurant / nightclub.
It's like a bar. The Ghost Bar, from what I know, like, it's right across the street from the Hard Rock, right? Hollywood, Florida. We're in Hollywood. It's just west of us. It's a nice spot. I don't know who owns it. they've been doing good over there. It gets pretty packed. They got bottle service. It'd be a lot of girls in there, a lot of guys. Everything's going right all the way up until now. They've been open easy 5 years. Mm-hmm. Everything went right. There was never an issue there until there's an issue there. And this is what I try to explain to people all the time. It's like rolling the dice. Mm-hmm. And I love, like, when I gamble, I play 2 games, 21 and dice. Mm-hmm. I tried to play Baccarat, and I learned it was 50-50, and sometimes the 50 don't be on your side. Mm-hmm. So with the dice, you can roll. Once you roll, you play the odds. You fill up, I'm going to take the 6, I'm going to take the 8, I'm going to take 10, 9, 4. And you keep rolling. Eventually, you're going to roll and crap out. Like, I never seen nobody just keep rolling the dice forever. If that was the case, then there would be some very rich people. Some people get hot, and they can't roll a 7. But the odds are, 1 in every so many, you're going to hit this. So you got to play it while you up. You put your money on. I done went hard sometime. Like, we get out there, a guy's first couple rolls, first 5 rolls, he's on fire. You start pulling out all your money, and then that very next roll, crap out. So it is what it is. Those are odds. That's the reality of it's math. You're not going to have a situation that always everything's going to go good. I worked at the Fontainebleau at Club Live, which was at that time, between 2011 and 2014, 15, it was popping. You had people that would come there and get so drunk, they would pass out in the bathroom. You got to lift them up, carry them out. You have people that jumped off. There was a guy that jumped off the top flight of the stairs in the front, marble stairs, and he jumped up and threw his feet up like this and came down on the back of his head. His head opened up like a purse. And he was walking around bleeding everywhere. Tiana Taylor got into a fight with this girl, I think some stripper named Strawberry or something like that. We went through the window. There was another guy named Kevin working in the thing. We grabbed him. Kevin goes through the window with the girls. Real deal, like celebrity shit going on. And you don't understand, like, when you're working in it, it's just like a regular environment. But all of that comes from having alcohol, women and men. When you have a location that invites women and men to drink alcohol, it's sooner or later a matter of time. You should prepare yourself. Like, we pay insurance every month, and it's a lot of money, and I never want to pay it, right? Every time that bill comes up, I always look at it. I wait. If the insurance cancels on the 22nd, I wait till the 22nd at like 12 in the afternoon to pay that bill because it's painful. It's thousands of dollars. I could pay another 5 employees with that. But if you don't have insurance, your whole dream just imploded. So with that business, hopefully their insurance is up. If somebody left in an ambulance, whenever you see an ambulance, you're going to get sued. When people get done being sad.
I saw people leaving in an ambulance.
They say people heard a couple shots inside the building. So again, where I was at, you think that you're in a secure environment. When I go into, I say this all the time on episodes, and now people are going to be looking for me. But when I go somewhere and I see the pat down is full of shit, I'm taking my gun because I assume everybody else has theirs. When I go somewhere and I see that they got a guy in there and his pants are bloused and he looks like he works out and he's patting people thoroughly, I go put my shit in the car because, hey, apparently this place is safe. If he's there and he's doing that, that's the reality of what I think as a security professional, as a retired police officer. That's how I feel when I go in a place. But when I see guys like doing the pat down and letting people in, I'm like, whew, I can't even stay here too long because this could be pandemonium. This could be Ghost Bar. This could be whatever that place is called in California. Like, this could be chaos.
Right.
I don't want to ever put myself in that situation. So is their reputation blemished? I think they may get a 1-star review on that one. When people jump on and say, if I can give this a negative star, that's awesome. There's a lot of mad people in the world.
Yeah.
But on this one, they would kind of be right. Like, somebody went there. I don't know if they got shot or hurt from the shooting or ran, but they was in there, somebody shot, and you had a fiduciary responsibility to provide a secure location. You actually somehow or another let somebody in the building with a gun. If that's the case, You know, if people were shooting inside, somebody got inside your building, inside of your investment, your business, and where you tell people, hey, come here and have a safe, fun time and go home to your family. Mm-hmm. Instead, someone went home in an ambulance. So the lawsuits are coming.
So would their insurance force them to have security? Would it be smart for them to have security if they didn't have it already?
It's going to eat up some. So again, a lot of people try to be smart. We're going to hire our own guys. Guess what happens when you hire your own security in-house? You eat all the liability. And it's not like eating a Snicker bar. Think about being force-fed a foot-long sub. That's how you're going to eat it, because it's not going to be nice. Right. People are going to come with real lawsuits, and they're going to come real quick, and they're going to be really high. Mm-hmm. And your insurance company if you have insurance, your insurance company has a decision. Either we're going to settle, we're going to try to take it to court. If we take it to court and lose, it's all on you, big dog. Mm-hmm. And so they want to settle. So knowing that, when people come in, like I've seen people inflate. We were in, I could talk about it now. It's over. We were in lawsuits. People wanted, came in. I want $1.9 million. Got into a shooting at a nightclub. Mm-hmm. $1.9 million. And the guys that shot, I don't know what the hell they were thinking, but they shot, right? Mm-hmm. The scenario was, and this maybe isn't like Ghost Bar, that's criminal stuff. The one at the place in California is criminal stuff. But let's talk about something normal at a club. Mm-hmm. We're at the club, guards see a guy run into somebody's car, back up. Pull up, run into somebody else's car, back up. Pull up, about to run into one of the guards, hey, stop. They try to open the door to tell him to step out, and they knew the guy, or they thought they knew the guy, tried to open his door to try to get the guy to step out to let somebody else get one of his friends or something. Man, they open the door, guy has a gun on his lap. Once he has a gun on his lap, he opens the door, they start, hey, drop the weapon, this and that. They pull out. He hits the gas, runs into another car, backs up, hits the guard, and then pulls forward and hauls ass out. At the time when the guard's getting up, jumps up, pow, 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 pow. The other guards come up, see him. One of them has a scorpion. You know what a scorpion is? Mm-hmm. 30-round clip, 9mm. Pop, 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 pop. 48-round shot. They hit his car 18 times. Mm-hmm. They hit him twice, once in the arm, once in the neck. They hit everybody else's car 30 times. The wall of the club. 15 car windows. Mm-hmm. The food truck outside. They hit everything else. They must have. So when you get called about that lawsuit, and at the time, I'm still a police officer. I'm hearing this go out on the radio. And I'm just getting off. I'm like, oh, please don't let this. It's going to be it. And they said the location name. I'm like, okay, let me just hurry up and get over. I come over there. I'm still in full uniform. Hey, don't say nothing to nobody is what I told my guards. You know what they did? By the time I got over, they was in the car. Pretend the mic is the recorder. They're like this. You want me here? Here? Okay. So what happened?
A bottle of beer at 8:30.
Yeah, no, for sure. I bought it at 12.
They don't put up, don't you?
You know you messed up, right? I seen it with my own eyes. So, again, that level of liability put a blemish on that club's face. Major shooting. Man passes out on 95 from being shot a couple times. Mm-hmm. Car riddled with gun holes. Nobody knows what's going on. The guards give a statement that incriminates them. Mm-hmm. They get charged with attempted murder, get arrested. People are calling me for bail. Mm-hmm. Telling me if I don't get bail that, there's going to be some problems. And then all of this is going on, and you can't really call that. If you're going to have armed security, sometimes they're going to have to do their thing, and that's a shooting. Mm-hmm. What I'm saying is when they came in with the lawsuit, it was $1.9 million. They settled for an undisclosed amount that was a lot lower, but $1.9 million. And the guys, when they walked in the room, and just for you guys, Ghost Bar and the other place, this is kind of like a replay or like a reenactment of what's going to happen. The attorney's going to walk in. If you get to the point where it's a negotiation, attorney's going to walk in. He's going to introduce himself. You're going to think he's a nice guy. Then they're going to turn the arbitrator's going to turn the recorder on, and he's going to say, we're going to come after you, Mr. So-and-so. We're going to pierce the corporate veil. And if we can't sue your company and the insurance, we're going to sue you as an individual. And you're going to live in the street. And that's the opening argument. And you're like, man, we were just talking outside. So the reality of dealing with lawsuits, like, you got to get ready to go through it. You have to lawyer up. If you would have had security, if you would have had things in place, you got 100 people in there. So for the place that over here, the Ghost Bar probably fit. I would go on a limb and say 500, maybe 600, maybe. You know, it's not a big place. They should have had at least 2 or 3, and maybe even a law enforcement detail, or at very least the armed guard. Like, it's a lot of people. That parking lot gets packed.
Well, it's possible that they may have had a police detail. Maybe they were just not at the front door.
I don't know. I seen how did you see the newscast when they rushed the building?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, it was it looked like a SWAT team situation because they're looking for an active shooter. And keep in mind, this is happening, Thanksgiving weekend. How many times growing up have everybody been in town for Thanksgiving weekend and somebody gets shot?
Quite a bit.
Yeah, it's probably not. I hate to say this because I like venues and I like going out the club, but it's probably not the thing to do to go out on Thanksgiving weekend. Since we were in high school, every year somebody gets shot at Thanksgiving because it's always a big party, and it's like, if you can help it, probably don't do nothing on that particular weekend. I don't know what it is, but a lot of people get shot. So
well, that wraps it. If you need security for your location, even if you think you don't need it, give us a call. Let us walk you through the ifs, ands, whats, and the buts. 844-254-8273. You can also reach us online at www.fastguardservice.com. We hope to hear from you soon. Thank you. Have a great night.
Have a great one.
It's Mattress Money Mafia.